watched this video the other day and it said, this guy said, if I met my kids when I was a kid, I would think they were rich kids. The FAUGHTR Podcast. What is up, everybody? And welcome back to the FAUGHTR Podcast. This is going to be a fun, live, and exciting one for me.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Are you ready to be live and excited?
I am.
All right, let's get into the first video of the podcast. Let's go. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
All you said was I needed to just keep getting straight A's. I get straight A's. I now get accepted to Spelman. And now you're telling me I can't go to Spelman because you don't have any money to help me to Spelman?
Because I don't have $76,000 a year.
But from a child's perspective, I have to always tell my parents,
they don't want to hear it, right?
But we're not that we don't want to hear it. We don't understand. We don't understand at that time. So we need our parents, and we equip our parents with the tools to help your child understand as soon as possible. That's directly going to impact their motivation in the process. And you can literally see it night and day with the students. But being honest just really helps relieve all the stress that parents and students go through when it comes senior year. It can get really stressful when a child feels like they've done everything they're supposed to do.
Correct.
And now, 2 months before college decision day, you're learning that,
it may not happen.
So what do you think about that?
I think I kind of understand, like, if I didn't know.
This is going to be good. Yes.
If I was a child whose
You are a child.
parents, hold on, who's like if I wasn't informed, I guess, about like financial stuff, I would be a little confused. Like if I was told all my life that I'm going to go to this college, and then when I'm about to go to the college, he was like, no, it's not going to happen because we don't have enough money. I would be a little upset about that. But I mean, you know.
So let me tell you what, because I see that dad over there, and I'm thinking he's probably similar to me in this life. By that I mean, would you rather? What I was told, you know what I was told when I was 17, 18?
What?
You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here. You're either going to be on someone's college campus or you're going to be in your own apartment. Oh, and by the way, I ain't got no money for either. You laugh. So when y'all see the stress, it's like, to us, the Gen Xers, like, this is kind of not you know, condescendingly, but it's kind of humorous because we're like, you know, we were told, go get it. Now, here's the thing. Everyone's going to be in the comments and say, well, now it's cost $70,000 and then it costs whatever. I get all that. But even back then, because of the way the money was working, it was still a lot of money, especially for an individual person who had no job to figure out. Blessed I was to get a college scholarship, which is probably some finagling from my teachers and from, you know, the college I was going to, which I'm going to actually write a blog post about at some point about how to navigate the rest of life using that information. But here's the point. This is a lesson in life, really. Where you can do all the things you're supposed to do and it can still not work out. Okay. So what can you do as an individual to make sure that your stuff works out for not just in college but not just moving that, but in life? What do you think you can do to move yourself forward in this world of uncertainty? Well, just throw out anything. You know, there's no wrong answers. Just throw out some stuff.
Wait, like,
I think you probably know the answers. So, just throw out what you think you can do to make your success more confirmed.
I don't know. Be consistent.
Be consistent is a good idea.
Consistent and be persistent.
I like that one. I wasn't even thinking about that one. That's good. Yes, be persistent. Yes.
Like when you're like you've said to me, if you want something, you got to get it. Even if like the person said yes, you got to keep, you know, pushing until like it actually happens.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing that, you know, and again, I know that young people are going to be, you know, all upset about this, but y'all, welcome. Welcome to life. Out here, you can do all the things you're supposed to do and it can still not work out. That's life. And I know that we've been trying to, I think as parents, we've been trying to kind of guard you and keep you off from the reality of life. And so that leads us to saying things like she was saying in that video. She's a youngster. So I can hear my younger self in her. So that's why I'm smiling and giggling. Because it's like life teaches you, and that's what life says to you when things don't work out. And I'm just keeping it a buck. That's what it is. So when she says stuff like being honest with us will change our motivation, life goes, and you. So what are you gonna do? Not be motivated and get Fs? Then what?
Then super hard.
Hey, you just made it harder for yourself. Yeah. So life says, and so you got to show up knowing that the work that you do is going to help you, but it might not work out the way that you want to, or that you think it's going to work out. And it might fall apart at the end, but you got to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to be motivated to make it happen. And the best thing you can do that you didn't say that I want you guys to think about is make sure that you, in the beginning at least, and probably in the end as well, are knowledgeable about every step of your own process. That means if this person's supposed to, like you said, is supposed to provide whatever A, B, and C or D, and it feels like they might not be, you might need to do it yourself or find some other ways to back up their stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if someone says, I'm going to get you a whatever, you go, great. But what should you do while they're working on getting it?
Work on getting it yourself.
I'm gonna say this for the people in the back. You might want to work on getting it for yourself. And this is from someone who and I say that because I've heard all the promises. When I've heard all the, hey, we're going to set you up with this prize, and hey, we're going to put you with this person, and hey, we're going to connect you with this agent. We're going to put you in this film, and we're going to put you on this stage. You know when it really happened?
When?
9 times out of 10? When what?
When you did it for yourself?
When you do it for yourself. And I know people like to go, oh, but they said, and he said, and she's got this, and she's successful. Their success ain't got nothing to do with who?
With you.
Ain't got nothing to do with you. This is a fun one mostly because I'm talking to my younger self, because I got caught up in all the so-and-so got a role with this agent, so-and-so got a record deal with that manager, they're gonna hook me up. Boo. It'd be great if they do, but you need to count on the one person who will always show up. And who is that? It's just me, myself, and it's just me, myself, and I, right?
Yeah.
Every time.
Right.
Okay. So here's another thing that I noticed, and this is our fault. It's our fault because we, have been kind of bulldozing for many of us the way, which makes you all think, well, if I do my part, things are supposed to happen. If I don't have the information I don't want to, I can afford to be unmotivated and go, well, you're not doing yours, so I'm not doing mine. This ain't that.
Okay.
Life ain't that. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is where we are for you guys. Watch this real quick.
I think hunger is really important. One of the boxers used to say it's hard to run in the morning after sleeping on silk sheets. Yeah. All these guys we talk about, do you know what size house the Jacksons were brought up in Indiana? This room is the size of their entire home. Magic Johnson's dad was a hard worker, and he inherited that hard work ethic. And it's really hard to be as successful as those people without that hunger.
Troy Horn here, you sports parent, and this little guy right here has been helping thousands of young athletes find their mental fortitude. And I wrote it for this little guy on the cover, which is my son. And we wrote it together. And I've been told that youngsters are loving it because it doesn't sound like, the normal adult talking to you, because I wrote it with that guy right there, just to make sure that the youngsters could enjoy it. The main thing is that they're finding their confidence, they're finding their mental fortitude, and even bigger than that, they're having fun playing. So if this sounds like something that could help you, I'll see you inside the book. Mental Toughness for Young Athletes by Moses and Troy Horn. I'm Troy. That's Moses. And yeah. So what did he say was the biggest part? The first part?
That hunger for your craft and actually want to do it.
Right. But it comes from what?
From
not having anything. And y'all have a lot. So we've got to help you. I watched this video the other day and it said, this guy said, if I met my kids when I was a kid, I would think they were rich kids. And that's true for many of the kids watching this and many of the families, right? If I met y'all when I was a kid, I'd be like, man, those kids are kind of bougie. She's showing up to every class. She's got the nice shoes. She's got the hair there. She got she comes back and gets her edge comb. She's got an edge comb. She's got all the things going on. I'm not trying to say it was any, but here's the thing that I want you to think about. My father, you've never seen the house that he grew up in, but let me tell you what it looked like, because I saw it. 2 bedrooms. One was for my grandparents. The other one was for the kids. You heard what I said?
Yeah.
One was for my grandparents. The other bedroom was for the children. You know how many children there were?
How many?
Take a guess. How many children do you count your great aunts and uncles? How many do you think there were?
I don't really.
You don't remember? Okay.
I'm gonna say 6.
There were. Oh, I've got to do the math now. I think there were 5 total. Okay. 5 kids.
I was guessing a lot.
So we got my Aunt Ann, Aunt Texie. We've got Jimmy, Joby, Walter. No, there were 6. And Moses, my dad.
Wow, I was right on.
You're right on.
Yeah, that's good.
6 kids, 1 room. That'll make you hungry. No?
Yeah.
If you're in the bed with all 3 or 4 of your brothers, that's going to make you hungry, ain't it?
Yeah.
I got to get out of here.
Yeah. Oh,
and top this off. No running water. That's my father. This is not like some far generation away. They had to go to the well to get water. My father. No flush the commode or turn on the sink and water comes out. No running water. That's hunger. Yeah. Meanwhile, do you have running water?
Yeah, I do. I have it.
Do you have your own bedroom?
Yeah.
It's like I said. If I met y'all when I was growing up. But let's get back to the point of this whole thing. So that leads us to this point where kids are thinking to themselves that they are owed or they are due, or if I just do my part, you should do your part. And I wanted to play this for you and the other one because it's like, yeah, you guys on some level are waking up on silk sheets. That's fine. That's not a detrimental part. The part is that we have to make sure that you understand the work that comes to getting to the level that you want to get to. And that means that you guys have to go into life thinking, I have to do everything I can to make this happen. Now, what do you think about that as a youngster? How do you feel about that?
I feel, what do you mean? Like, how do I feel?
What do you think about that whole idea? I mean, do you, knowing that you want to do, have your own makeup brand or clothing brand or your own brand.
Right.
Do you feel like you're in control of every aspect of your own brand right now?
In a sense, yeah.
Okay, so tell them.
Well, I'm definitely in control of the publicity part, I'd say, because I'm on a posting schedule and all that. And I guess like yeah, not like I guess yeah, fully I am because I don't know.
Okay. Well, great. So so I would encourage you to think about every process of it. And I'm gonna start presenting them to you so you can understand all the processes of your stuff. But the main thing I wanted you all and you specifically to get out of this is that once you guys get into high school, like that young lady that we saw in the first one, and I'm all for scrolling, I'm all for hanging out, I'm all for whatever. We need to cut all that down. Not for any other reason, but it's kind of go time so that you don't get to senior year like that young lady and go, well, I did all this work and now I don't get to go to the school. And the dad's like, yeah, because it costs $76,000 a year. That's a lot of money.
That's all I wanted.
That's not like, oh, well, you get straight A's. Let's just give it $1. You get straight A's. So now I'm going to go, what is that? 4 years if you do it right. 4, 8, 320K roughly.
That's a lot of money.
That's just tuition. We ain't talking about, your room and board and whatever books, which are not usually included. Sometimes they are. We're talking about $320,000. And you're thinking as a child, and again, it's our fault for not bringing this to your attention, that all I got to do is get straight A's and they're going to roll out from the heavens $320,000. Does that seem like a fair? I'm just gonna ask. Do you think that that's a good exchange?
No.
You're gonna say yes,
that's
right?
what you want me to say. No, I mean.
Okay, let me ask. Do you see how that might not be like an even exchange?
Well, yes. There's not like really an exchange. You know what I mean? Like,
if you're saying all I need to do is come up with A's, and you need to come up with $320,000, do you think? I mean, just be honest.
No.
Do you think that's a good exchange?
I mean, no, I don't think there really is an exchange. Like, like
there's an exchange from that money coming from.
No, I mean
like,
I mean like the A's, because like they're not like I don't know, like the grades are not being given to the parents. You know what I mean?
Right, but do you think it's fair for someone to say, "Look, I did my part. I got straight A's. Now you need to come up off 300K."
No,
that's okay. Part of you do. Part of you does because you haven't had to work and earn
300K.
Even 3K. So I'm not no shade. It's no shade. This is just where you are. I know it hurts. This is where we are.
I've earned a third of that.
Okay. Well, great. That's great. So here's what we need to do on this process of which is why we're going to start, kind of building your own business so you can see how difficult it is in life to earn money. This stuff is hard. But if you don't have a concept of it, you tend to think, well, I do my part as a kid and you should come up with whatever financial things need to happen after that. But if we don't set you up for understanding how hard it is to earn even 1K, then we're doing you a disservice. So we're going to help you work on that on this podcast from the silk sheets that you guys get to sleep in. We're going to teach you how to get up in the morning.
I was just saying like that's a fair exchange. Just for the record.
What are you saying? What do you mean?
I was saying, yeah, it's not.
What?
That's what I said. I said, you said, is it a fair exchange? And I said, no.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yes. But the whole point of these whole things was like, I think we need to have an honest conversation. Like the young lady said, we need to have an honest conversation about what life actually is. And going back to the first video, life is often you doing everything you're supposed to do and having it still not go your way. A lot of times it does go your way. And that's great. But you can do everything you're supposed to do and have it still not work out. So if your motivation is only the end result, you're in for a lot of struggle and stress and disappointment. I mean, you want the end result.
Yeah.
But you got to know that sometimes I'm going to do everything I can and it still ain't gonna work. And I've got to be a big girl or a big boy enough to go, okay, what did I learn from that, and how can I apply this information to the next opportunity? And not, oh, now everything's horrible because I did everything I'm supposed to do and it didn't work. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard.
For instance, have you ever done everything you're supposed to do in your practice and have performances not work out?
Yeah, all the time with my stuff.
That's
like,
life, then, right?
Yeah.
But what do you do?
Cry. No, just kidding.
Maybe a little, let it out because it's disappointing.
No, but then I don't know. Continue working on it.
Hey.
And move on, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah. Life is long. Life is long. I want to share this other thing that I got here for you. I want to share because I know that you guys are very much into friends and things and I was too, which is why I'm saying there's nothing wrong with you. I've just seen the journey before. And so I'm not saying you have to skip this part and not be involved with friends. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying, let me tell you what it's going to look like down the road. Now go and do whatever journey you want to do, but know that this is kind of where we all eventually get, hopefully sometimes. Okay. All right.
Truth is that if they know you, they won't support you. Familiarity kills respect. The people closest to you don't see your growth. They see your history. They remember the old version of you, the one who struggled, doubted, and failed. So when you start evolving, it threatens the image that they built in their head. They can't fathom the fact that you became what they didn't expect. So instead of clapping, they go silent. And it's not that strangers are nicer. It's that strangers are meeting you at your current level, while the people who knew you can't let go of your past one. Familiarity breeds comfort, and comfort breeds jealousy, because watching you change reminds them that they didn't. They can't support what exposes their stagnation. So yeah, if they know you, they won't support you. It's not rejection. It's confirmation that you outgrew your circle. And it's just the reality of human nature. A healthy mind is a healthy life.
So remember the other day we were talking about, we were at the mall, and what did I say to you about even strangers?
You said,
what did I say? Do you remember?
It's coming to me.
I said nobody's what?
Nobody cares about you. And oh yeah, nobody cares about you. And you think that you're the main character in everybody's story, but really, they're the main character. I mean, obviously because it's their life, but you're not even like a side character in most cases. You're like a background character, like a what's it called? Extra.
Yeah. You're like an extra in their life, just like they are in yours. Yeah. Like we were walking through that mall. Do you remember any of the people that were in there?
Yes.
Who do you remember?
the guy that we went up to and I asked him what shirt.
Okay. So in that moment, he was a recurring. He was a
side
guest.
Character?
He was a guest star.
Yeah.
But after that, like tomorrow, you're gonna go like, I wonder what that guy's doing. No. And how many people did we walk past in the mall the other day?
I don't even know. A lot.
And I'm sure there was someone going, oh, that girl's gonna think I'm cringy, or that girl's gonna think whatever. Like, did you care at all?
No.
Were you sitting there going, oh my gosh, her shoes are weird, or her makeup's funny, or her hair's out?
No.
Were you about anybody?
No.
No. That is what we're all walking through life doing. Nobody cares. So all this stuff we do online where we're like, they're judging me, or they think this is bad. I think this is like, no, they don't. They're not thinking about us. And a lot of people go, oh, that's sad. No, it's not. It's a gift. Why is it a gift?
Because then if nobody cares, like while you're growing and stuff, you won't have like haters. I mean, you'll have haters, but course, nobody really cares. So you can just do all the embarrassing things when no one's watching. And when they are. No one's like, just live your life. Totally, like, this is for Cordelia. This is for my life. If I fail, I fail. If I win, I win. But at the end of the day, this is for me. Yeah, true. Because the only person that really is going to think about you every day, let's keep it a buck, the only person that's thinking about y'all every day is your mom and dad. Yeah.
We're the only people that are really thinking about y'all every day. Literally every day. And, you know, so it's like, but everyone else, it's like they'll go, oh, that was corny. Oh, that was cheesy. And guess what they're going to do tomorrow?
Brush the teeth
And go back to
about that business.
Thank you. Meanwhile, you're holding on to all this stress about so-and-so said, and they forgot.
Yeah. Did you know? You want to hear a fun fact that I learned yesterday?
What's that?
Actually, I don't remember the exact things about the fact. But anyways, apparently, like, every emotion that you get that sends a signal to your brain, it only lasts for like 30, I think it was like 30 or 60 seconds. But if you keep thinking about that emotion, then it stays for long. That's when it like stays in your brain for longer. Yeah.
So you have control to make sure that it stays or goes away.
Yeah. Like if you just keep thinking, I'm so sad about this. That was so embarrassing. The embarrassment could have been over, but you just kept
30 seconds ago.
Yeah, it could have been over 30 seconds ago, but just kept thinking about it, which is, I guess, natural. But yeah.
But it becomes less natural when you realize nobody cares. Nobody cares. So live your life however you want to live your life, right?
Right.
Go out there and do whatever it is that you want to do for yourself. Win, lose, fail, whatever. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And also take control of your own destiny, which is what we're going to talk about in this podcast. Like, be grateful that people are showing up to help, but you know, if they don't, they don't, and that's got to be okay. What's this last one? Oh, all right, take a look at this. I actually knew someone who did this kind of stuff, so it's kind of fun. You can do that?
No.
Pretty fun, huh?
Why was he cursing so much?
I don't know. But pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty
That
fun.
is pretty
And
crazy.
you know what's funny? It's like there's like Muay Thai training, I believe it is, where they train against, you know, kicking it makes your bones more dense when you are punching something hard like that.
Oh.
So it's kind of like a practice that I've seen other people do. I guess with their lower leg kicks, they'll strengthen their shins by kicking trees without any padding sometimes. Kind of crazy, huh? But all that shows you is that success is on the other side of what?
Pain?
Pain and struggle.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't know
So-
that was it.
Let's get off the satin sheets a little bit and go out there and work a little bit and get familiar with pain and struggle. And also know that sometimes you're going to do all the things that you're supposed to do and what?
And still not get it.
And it still won't work out. And that's okay. Yeah. Got to stay motivated. Yeah? Anything you want to say to these people after we had a fun little podcast episode that was fun for me anyways?
Yeah, it's fun. Stay motivated.
Hey!
Yeah. Stay motivated and like
Yep.
and subscribe
Yep.
and hit that notification bell so you can see some more podcasts that are fun.
Exactly. We'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye-bye.